Hi guys, and welcome to another video. This video is part 4 on the life of Bruce Lee. Please subscribe if you haven't already, like and share the video, and any questions or comments you want to give, just drop it in the comments section below. So the last video we got to where Bruce started his Hollywood TV career, where he started in the Green Hornet. Now I mentioned he had bit parts in several different series. And then was Longstreet. Now Longstreet was a series with what I believe was a blind detective, I think. But it was a crime drama, and there was James Franciscus played this blind detective, I believe. And Bruce starred in about 4 episodes of this, but where he had quite a major role. Sterling Silliphant was one of his students. Bruce's students was the writer of this series. So again, there are clips online of this series, but that was kind of his getting more involved in the Hollywood industry. Now around this time he was already friends and with James Coburn, who was a film star, a big film star at that time, and they were friends, and they worked on a script together. What was to be called The Silent Flute. Now, The Silent Flute originally was it was a script they came up with to be set in like India, I believe, where they kind of scouted different locations, and they came up with a script, but this was never to happen. Okay, also Kung Fu, the TV series, which starred David Carradine, was originally, it wasn't quite as it ended up, was to be named The Warrior, where this Asian person, it was set in the Wild West, and this Asian person would come over and have to face every episode different trials, different challenges, which was what's become the Kung Fu series. Anyone who's seen that? Now, of course, I believe both these, The Silent Flute and Kung Fu, or originally The Warrior, didn't happen originally because they thought Bruce Lee, or not actually specifically Bruce Lee, but an Asian actor was not ready to play kind of the lead role, whether it was to be in films or a TV series. Well, they had reservations about where they couldn't bring in it wasn't going to be popular enough, so those never happened. So of course, this must have disappointed Bruce, to say the least. But the drive and passion that he wanted to be a film star, you know, because you've got to remember he had Steve McQueen and James Coburn, who were pretty much the Hollywood A-list at that time, if not the top film stars in the world. And they were his students. Now, they wanted to be like Bruce, being able to fight pretty much and have this physical prowess, and Bruce wanted to be like them. They wanted to be the highest paid film actor in the world, not just in China. But he thought around that time that the best way, if Hollywood wasn't going to listen, and he wasn't going to get in the door that way, he'd go around the side door. So what he planned was to move his family back to Hong Kong, where originally he starred in Hong Kong films when he was a child, and of course he had a lot of knowledge about about Hong Kong and about China. So he relocated with his family back to Hong Kong. Okay, so that was 1970 to 71 where he moved back. He left Dan Inosanto in charge of the Jeet Kune Do school, James Lee and Taki Kimura in charge of theirs. And again, he would come back now and again to check it out and keep him updated. But after his disappointment in Hollywood, he moved back to Hong Kong, and that is when he got started in the film industry there. And that would be in the next video, where he starred in things like The Big Boss, Fist of Fury, etc. But that'd be in the next video, guys. So that was a period from 1970 to 71. Very short time, but that was when his career really started amping up. Okay, so until the next video, guys, stay safe and train hard, and I'll see you then.